What's up guys, Syiler here with AceGamesTV and we're back with another guide. This is going to be a guide on Imperial Vizier Zor'lok. Jesus Christ, what a name. And this is going to be a melee in-depth guide, so this is going to be a look at what a melee has to do on this fight. I'm not going to be telling you any of the crap that you don't need to know, just what you need to do as a melee. So when you pull him, he's going to go either left or right. You need to get to the platform that he's on as soon as possible, and the gas that he spawns in the middle will silence you, so use any movement in speed increases before you pull, so you can get to the platform that little bit quicker and start DPSing. Now on the right platform, which is what we got first, he's going to do this Force and Verve, and basically what this is like an AoE damage. He'll spawn these 3 combs or shells. The one right under melee is the one that you're most likely going to be stacking under, unless you're assigned to a different one. Get inside that as soon as possible until he's finished casting it. You'll tell when he's finished because the shells will disappear basically. And use a defensive cooldown. And apart from that, carry on DPSing. He has a huge hitbox, so make sure you're making the use of that. You don't need to be right underneath him all the time. Around 75% he will transition to the next platform. He always goes either left to right or right to left first of all. He'll never go right to middle or right to top even. So he'll always go left to right or right to left. Now on the left platform he does this attenuation, and once again he has a huge hitbox, so make sure you're making use of that huge hitbox, because if you're stacked right underneath him for this platform, chances are you're going to get one shot by the attenuation. Now the attenuation, as you've seen, is like a spiral. It goes either clockwise or anti-clockwise, so just be prepared to move in a circle basically. Now this is an 8-ish minute fight, so you are going to get a few cooldowns off, and you want to save your cooldowns for the last minute or so for the Bloodlust phase. So I managed to pop all my cooldowns in the beginning, all my 5-minute cooldowns and stuff, and then I'd get sort of 3 Ascendancies off, which is a 3-minute cooldown, 3 to 4 Ghost Wolves, and then I'd save my cooldowns, like make sure my cooldowns were up for the final sort of phase for Bloodlust. Chances are your guild will use Bloodlust on the final part. So this is the 3rd platform, and on here he only mind controls people, and you need to DPS them down to 50% to break the mind control. Don't use any dots or anything because they will carry over and cause extra damage that doesn't need to be done. At around 40% he will transition onto the final platform, and that'll be kind of a mix of everything he's done on the previous platforms. And as you see, I used Ascendance a moment ago as soon as we entered this platform, and it should be up by the time we use Lust. We use it about a minute and a half into this phase. We use it sort of around 20%, it depends whether your guild will do that as well. You will need to clarify, so you can make sure you're lining up your cooldowns for the Lust. You always want to line up cooldowns for Lust, especially 5-minute cooldowns, but preferably all your cooldowns. Even if it means not using them for an extra minute, then that's definitely worthwhile. So we're on the final platform, and as you see he does attenuation first, which is once again the same thing, just be it slightly away from melee range and running a circle. And then he does Force and Verve. Now it is a random order what he does them in, so you need to be prepared for any. And I would recommend as soon as you stack up for Force and Verve to instantly move away, because he can troll you with attenuation straight after. And a few people did die to that because they stayed stacked under and then got one shot. So just be prepared for anything, and you do need to break people out of mind controls as soon as possible, because on this phase it's especially deadly. You do need the extra healers and DPS, and if they're broken out at an awkward time, then it can end up killing them. So make sure you're breaking them out as soon as possible before any other sort of spells happen. So this is going to be our series on various roles such as melee, range, tank and healer. This isn't a very good example because there isn't too much different from a range to melee or healer to tank. You know, there's not a huge difference. So we are going to be covering all the roles, so you can look out for those guides. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will be covering all the fights in depth for each role. So hopefully you've enjoyed this guide. Look out for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!